I'll call to order the Lincoln County Schools Board of Education monthly meeting for September the 2nd, 2025. If you will join me in a moment of silence. Thank you very much. So I want to say thank you all for being here tonight, joining us. And if you'll notice, I have some friends that I just met, and they are the sweetest. So we have some kiddos from Pumpkin Center Primary and Pumpkin Center Intermediate, and I'm going to introduce them, and then they're going to tell you what grade they're in and something that they love about school maybe. So, all right, so I have Miss Lindley Rome. Yes. All right, can you tell everybody what grade you're in?
Kindergarten.
Do you want to tell them something you love about school? No. Okay, we're working on it. All right, so Avery, Miss Avery Rome. What grade are you in?
Third.
Do you have something you love about school?
Writing.
She loves to write. A woman after my own heart here. All right, and I have Lizzie McMillan. She's chatty. I love her so much, y'all. Okay, what grade are you in?
Kindergarten.
And what's your most favorite thing?
PE.
She likes PE. That's so great. All right, and I have Sammy. Hello, Sammy. Sammy McMillan. Tell us what grade you're in.
First grade.
First grade. Do you have something you love about school?
Math.
He likes math. Oh, he loves math. All right, and then I have Tate. So Tate McMillan, tell us what grade you're in.
Third grade.
Do you love something about school? What's your favorite?
Music.
He loves music. All right, so we have a well-rounded group here of loving everything about school. So if you will stand and join us in the pledge, the flag is over here behind us.
It's not a real flag.
I know, it's not a real one. All right, can you kick us off? Put your little hand over your heart, y'all. All right, here we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let's give them a hand, y'all. Good job, good job. Good job. Okay. Up next, we always read our Lincoln County Schools mission statement every month, just to remind ourselves of why we're here and what the business of the school system is. If you board members, you'll see it in your packet. If you want to say it with me, that's fine. So Lincoln County Schools will work together with students, families, and the community to ensure a quality, innovative educational program in a safe environment where students become responsible, contributing citizens and lifelong learners. At this time, I will entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I move that we accept the agenda.
I have a motion by Ms. Evner. Is there a second? Second. I have a second by Mr. Jenkins. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? The motion is carried. We have an agenda. Now we'll turn it over at this time to Dr. Allen for our superintendent updates.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So, board and community members, I just want to update you on a few things since the opening of school on August the 13th. Our 10th day enrollment numbers for pre-K through 12th grade is 11,557 students. That's up a little bit from where we ended last year with pre-K 12. Seniors in all of our 4 high schools should have gotten some notification directly from something called NC Connect. It's not spam mail. It's actually a new program that's in this partnership with Department of Public Instruction, the university system, and the community college system. That is information about guaranteeing college enrollment for any senior that has a GPA, minimum GPA requirements are met. They can skip kind of the whole application and essay writing and letters of rec and all that stuff for identified colleges. Parents really need to be on the lookout for that and make sure that their students are aware of the opportunity in front of them. I want to also congratulate our 2 schools so far that are in the cohorts 1 and 2 for our Leader in Me rollout. We have about 2/3 of our schools that have started direct teaching lessons of the 7 habits of highly effective students. And so far, so good. We call it the first 8 days. That was the first 8 days of school. They had a specific rollout to do and had 2 thumbs up responses for all those schools and getting those students acclimated to the 7 habits. We also are proud to say that our new SAVE program at Asbury is up and running. We have some students that have been referred there to bring them back for dropout prevention, but also to give them an option that is more conducive to their place in life, to have some educational opportunities afforded to them. So I appreciate the work that's gone into that opportunity for those students to offer them a second chance. Our construction projects at our 3 middle school restroom facilities are well underway. St. James and Rock Springs construction projects are in full swing, and then our West Lincoln barn is up and running as well with that project. So look forward to the outcomes throughout the year. And then last but not least, we had in our work session earlier this afternoon, we had preliminary state information released to the board. It's still embargoed. The State Board of Education will finalize and ratify the testing data for 24-25 later this week. We will have a press release on Friday going out that highlights the good work that's been happening in Lincoln County in the 24-25 school year, so be on the lookout from that. But that'll be sent to our local outlets. But there's a lot to celebrate and a lot of people behind those numbers that put in a lot of work to make that happen for our students in our community. So I appreciate our staff and our parents and our community for supporting us the way they do. That's it.
Thank you, Dr. Allen. Well, board members, if you'll join me out front, we will move along to our special recognitions.
Good evening, everybody. Tonight we are recognizing two of our first schools who will be receiving some recognition for the outstanding ways that they show how they are living out the spirit of We Are Lincoln. Their administrators are recognizing them for either showing teamwork and culture, coaching and growth, student-focused collaboration, or resiliency and unity. And we're going to start tonight by recognizing from Pumpkin Center Primary, Mrs. Candy Masters, and we will ask her to come up and stand with the board, and then I'll tell you exactly why she's here. So Candy Masters owns CM Art Academy in downtown Lincolnton and is an innovative muralist. And maybe there might be a picture of the mural on the slideshow, hopefully at some point, but if not, I am sure that at some point everyone will be able to see it because it is amazing. So Pumpkin Primary is entering their second year of Leader in Me and have finished their first 8 days of introducing those habits and wanted a visual representation in their hallways of the 7 Habits tree that's bright, cheerful, and inviting. And Miss Masters was so excited to be able to paint this for them. She worked over a month on this project and donated some of her time and materials to create such an inviting space where students can learn and be inspired. Miss Reynolds is excited for your contribution and for students to be able to sit beneath that tree as they learn to lead for years to come. And I can attest to the fact how amazing it is from walking their halls on one of the first days of school. It's really beautiful. So thank you for what you did for them. Thank you. Thank you. Next up is Pumpkin Center Intermediate, and they are also being recognized for teamwork and culture. And unfortunately, the individual that we're recognizing tonight had to go home sick today. But luckily, her lovely principal, Miss Kristen Bergen, is so excited to come up and receive this on her behalf and have her picture made today. So Pumpkin Center Intermediate was one of 220 schools from across the country that received a $5,000 grant through the Laura Bush Foundation for America's Libraries. So Cindy Moore is the librarian over at Pumpkin Center Intermediate, and she was being proactive and saw a need within their building, applied for this grant, and had a great plan of how she was going to spend this money when they won it. They are purchasing additional texts for their library with the goal of encouraging students to develop a love of reading and learning, which is the approach that Laura Bush's foundation takes. Ms. Moore's ability to plan, collaborate, and take initiative are beautiful examples of the amazing leader she is and how she contributes to building a positive team and culture of synergy at Pumpkin Center Intermediate. So while she can't be here tonight, we hope that maybe she's watching or will watch the recording and see how much she's appreciated. That's it for today.
Board members, up next we have the individuals and groups appearing before the board. At this time, I will turn it over to our board attorney, Mr. Dean Shadley.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I think we have 2 people signed up for public comment tonight. Just a couple of the ground rules. Every speaker has 3 minutes. I'll be the timekeeper. I will raise my hand when you have about 30 seconds left, just to kind of give you a warning that raising my hand does not mean you need to stop. You can finish out your time, and then I will let you know when your 3 minutes is up and just ask that you wrap it up at that point. We do ask that people speaking during public comment do not discuss confidential personnel or student information. Generally, the board does not respond to public comment, but are listening. So, Madam Chairman, I'll let you call the speakers, or unless you want me to call the speakers.
Okay.
Good. I think first we have Mr. Keno Candidate, or Reverend, excuse me.
Now, does the time start when I start talking?
You start talking.
Just need to know. Good evening, Chair Sutton, board members, superintendent, and community. My name is Reverend Keno Kennedy, pastor of Poplar Springs AME Zion Church, and I come before you tonight with a heavy heart, but also with clear conviction. Jesus said in Matthew 25:40, "Truly I tell you, whatever you do for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you do also unto me." And in Luke 10, when asked, "Who is my neighbor?" Jesus told the parable of the Good Samaritan. That story reminds us that the neighbor is the one who has been harmed, the one vulnerable, and the one who needs justice and protection. The recent incident involving Richard Lynch, a Lincoln High School student targeted with racial slurs and viral video, has caused great harm. We know that racial harassment like this leaves deep wounds and impacts mental health, learning, and trust in our schools. Lincoln County has already spoken publicly about this. To WCNC, you said, "This behavior is unacceptable, does not reflect the values of our school, athletic programs, or community." You promised that disciplinary actions would be taken according to district policy and that educational and restorative measures would follow. Whereas Lincoln itself said, "Racism, discrimination, and derogatory language of any kind has no place in our schools or teams or in our community." Those are strong words, but words that do not create accountability. The community now needs to know how, if, when, whether you will make it known what specific policy applies in situations like this and how that policy was enforced. Your own policy 4329/7311 prohibits bullying, harassing behavior, including when it occurs off campus and has a direct impact on the school environment. The West Lincoln High School Student Handbook confirms that discipline applies off campus when conduct affects school safety and order, that harassment, including verbal, electronic acts of race, is prohibited, and that student athletes are expected to uphold conduct that does not discredit their team or diminish the school image. So the policy was already written. The public deserves to know whether they are being enforced, and if so, how. Without that, the promise that was made to the media is just public relations, not public accountability. The community is not asking for confidential details of student discipline. What we're asking is whether Lincoln County Schools will publicly demonstrate that it honors its own policy, whether the students of color can trust that racial harassment will be met with real consequences. Because at the end of the day, the measure of your leadership will not be in the words you release to reporters, but whether your actions match your own policies and whether every student, black, white, Latino, rich, poor, can walk these walls in these halls without fear. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Next is Mr. Keith Poston.
Good evening, school board. I stand before you as NAACP president, a concerned parent, and a community member. So in light of the recent issues of racism, the NAACP is here to lean in, engage, and stand with the community. The school system is one of our most vital community partners, and whether it is fully recognized or not, your role in shaping the lives of students begins the moment they step through school doors. Patterns of racism, whether overt or subtle, should deeply trouble our school leaders and educators just as it sicken the communities that it serves. The NAACP is here in support of the entire community, and the community most certainly includes communities of color. The importance of schools upholding consistent policies against racism builds foundation for equity, safety, and community growth. Schools are microcosms of society. They're not only centers of academic learning, but also places where students absorb essential social values. In a diverse, evolving world, schools have a responsibility that goes beyond teaching content. They must foster environments that are safe, equitable, and inclusive for all students. Racism undermines dignity, disrupts well-being, and erodes the aspirations of students, families, and educators. To combat this, schools must do more than issue statements or perform symbolic gestures. They must set and consistently enforce strong anti-racism policies that reflect a commitment to justice and equality. Policies create clarity. They define what is acceptable, what is not, and what will happen when those boundaries are crossed. Anything less communicates tolerance of harmful behavior. Consistent policies against racism not only protect students, but also build trust among families, community stakeholders. They signal that schools take their responsibility seriously, extending the message of equity beyond the classrooms and to the broader community. Our recommendation for the school for consistency in action, what we'd like to see is establish clear, comprehensive anti-racism policies developed collaboratively with students, families, and staff. Communicate and revisit policies regularly, updating them as needed. Provide professional development for educators focused on cultural competency, bias recognition, and trauma-informed practices. Create safe reporting systems for students, staff, and families to address incidents without fear of retaliation. Commit to transparency in how racist incidents are investigated and resolved, and engage families and community partners in ongoing anti-racism education and advocacy. So some of you may believe that these steps will be unattainable, or you might even argue that they can't be done because they're not state mandated. But we know this not to be true. Dr. Allen just said it a few minutes ago, and I'll talk about this. They implemented the Leader in Me framework across the entire school system, an initiative that was neither mandated nor required by the state. If we can commit to that level of effort and leadership development, we can and must commit to the same attention and resources to eradicating racism.
That's your
It is
time,
time
sir.
to move
Please
forward
wrap up.
beyond silence and symbolism and the well-being of students. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you both of you for being here tonight and speaking. Madam Chair, that concludes public comment.
Thank you very much. Thank you both for being here and for speaking to the board. Board members, up next, we do have a need for a closed session, and I will turn it back over to Mr. Shatley
Thank
to
you.
lead us in.
Board members, we need a motion to go into closed session pursuant to North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11 under subsection A, discuss confidential student and personnel matters, and under subsection A3, discuss matters protected by the attorney-client privilege.
At this time, I will entertain a motion to enter into closed session.
I move that we go to closed session.
Have a motion from Ms. Havner. Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Ms. Wyatt. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion is carried. We are now in closed session. Board members, we are back in open session. No action was taken. If you'll look at our action items, under number 11, we have our Title I plan. As we talked about earlier today in our work session, Dr. Beam presented us with an extensive PowerPoint presentation about the details of the Title I program. So at this time, I will entertain a motion to approve the Title I program grant for the 2025-2020 school 6-year as presented.
So move.
Have a motion by Mr. Jenkins. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Hebner. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion is carried. We also have an action item for a vehicle purchase for our IT department. We talked about the details of that earlier as well. So at this time, I will entertain a motion to approve the purchase of 2 vehicles for the Technology Service Department as presented.
I move that we accept the vehicle purchase.
I will, so I have a motion by Ms. Hebner. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Jenkins. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? The motion is carried. So up next, we have our consent agenda items. We have the approval of minutes for the board work session, August 5th, 2025, board work session, special called meeting, August 5th, 2025, the board meeting, August 12th, 2025, personnel recommendations, budget amendments as presented, and then we have our extended field trips curricular. We have the approval of bid for the Dell Optiplex PCs as presented. So I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda items.
So moved.
Have a motion by Ms. Hebner. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Wyatt. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? The motion is carried. Well, board members, you'll notice that we have a list of reminders and announcements. We have a mandatory workday on September the 23rd, which will be used for parent-teacher conferences. It's hard to believe we're already there. We just started. So we have our next board work session on October the 7th, and our monthly meeting is going to be on October the 4th. So at this time, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Have a motion by Ms. Hebner. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Jenkins. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion is carried. We are now adjourned.